I'm Alex Morash, and let's queer up the USA View. Police arrest man accused of anti-gay threats near D.C. Black Pride event. D.C. police arrested a Maryland man after he allegedly threatened to shoot an employee while using anti-gay slurs at Ben's Next Door restaurant and bar in Northwest Washington during Memorial Day weekend. Police say 32-year-old Delonte Fraley of Maryland was arrested Sunday around 4:20 p.m. after employees told a bartender not to serve him alcohol. According to a police statement, quote, the suspect overheard the employee and threatened to shoot the employee and used homophobic slurs against the employee, end quote. Police claim that when the employee left work, Fraley was allegedly standing near the employee's vehicle. The employee returned to the restaurant and called the police. Officers then took Fraley into custody. The Washington Blade reports that prosecutors upgraded the charge from felony threats to threatening to injure or kidnap a person. A police affidavit says when the employee told Fraley he was not welcome in the restaurant because of alleged anti-gay remarks, the defendant became irate, stating, I know where your Tesla is at. See me outside, faggot. I will slap your ass and I will shoot your ass. The incident happened during D.C. Black Pride weekend when thousands of LGBTQ visitors and supporters were attending events across the city. A judge later released Fraley on personal recognizance with a step-away order pending a June 4th preliminary hearing. It is not clear whether the employee identifies as LGBTQ. Well, you know, many of you know that I'm actually a research director for Restaurant Worker Rights Organization, and the harassment and homophobia LGBTQ workers face in the restaurant industry, and all restaurant workers face homophobia and transphobia is quite horrific. I pulled up my own report, which is very fun to read. So seriously, at One Fair Wage, we surveyed about 2,000 restaurant workers, and I asked them to identify if they're LGBTQ as well. We found, similar to the Human Rights Campaign, that restaurant workers are overwhelmingly queer. So 20% of the restaurant industry is queer. According to HRC, the largest employer of queer people are restaurants. And when we asked them, do you experience homophobia or hear transphobic comments, 58% of all restaurant workers experience homophobic and transphobic comments at work. 81% of all LGBTQ restaurant workers do, and LGBTQ restaurant workers experience the highest level of sexual harassment. So this story to me, unfortunately, is just an everyday experience of talking to restaurant workers. And that's what really just is so tragic about this story.
And also whether the victim is gay or LGBTQ or not, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It's the perp's assumption that they are LGBTQ that causes this, and that's why it should be a hate crime. And I also sympathize with restaurant workers, and also the interior of the restaurant. I was looking at pictures; it looked pretty nice.
Oh yeah, DC has some wonderful restaurants. As many know, I lived in DC, and unfortunately, there is a lot of homophobia experience in DC, which is weird because if it was a state, it would be considered the gayest state in America. But you end up dealing with a lot of awful things. The only people I know that have ever been attacked at the hate, gay bash, have been people in DC. It's such a tragedy to see this happen.
Okay. Unfortunately, it happens everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Well, there is no other queer non-profit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.